6:07. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Town of West Warwick Pension Board meeting to order. It is Monday, October 16th, 2017, 6:07 p.m., and we're in the West Warwick Town Hall chambers. Let's begin with a prayer, please. I'd just like to take a moment, please, to thank all our first responders, both in the town of West Warwick, the state of Rhode Island, and all throughout the country. Also, everyone in the military, both active and retired, and please send special prayers out to all those who have dealt with the hurricane and the fires in this country. Amen. Ed, you want to do a pledge of allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Trace.
Yep. Louis Vistano.
Here.
David Lemoy. Donna Lucia.
Here.
Edward Fonseca.
Here.
David has an excused absence for the record. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of September 20th, 2017?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion carries. Can I have a motion to enter into executive session?
I make a motion that we enter into executive session in accordance with the Rhode Island Guidelines 42-46-4 and 42-46-5A. 2, the pension board will convene into executive session to discuss personnel issues and litigation.
Seconded?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're in executive session.
Just check.
Okay. I make a motion to close the executive session and seal the minutes.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion carries.
Right. I make a motion to confirm the vote in executive session to add Kevin Robichaud to the agenda.
Second.
Roll
Trace,
call.
Roll
Trace,
call.
can you do a roll call?
Roll
vote?
call.
Louis Vistano.
I still
Yeah,
vote.
yeah, you
I
can
can vote yes. Aye.
Ed Fonseca.
Aye.
Donna Lucia.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Make a motion to move to amend the agenda to add Kevin Robichaud.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
Item G, courthouse report.
Other than the items that are on the agenda, the only item that's not on there is that we did receive an APRA request after the last meeting, which was responded to. That's all I have.
Okay. Item H, Rockland Trust Bearbook reports. Okay, this is for the month of September. So it's September 1st, excluding the alternatives. Our value was $30,145,057.44. This month for additions, which were all employee contributions, they totaled $134,283.75. The withdrawals for September were $801,033.66 of normal distributions and $4,671.50 for payments for previously approved bills. Those two total $805,705.16. There's income earned, which were dividends of $81,739.54. Rockland Trust fees for the month were $3,017.51. There was an increase in market value of $266,250.08, leaving an ending market value before alternatives of $29,818,608.14. The unlisted alternatives totaled value at September 30th was $4,988,510, giving a grand total of $807,118. $2,830.50.
I make a motion that we pay Olin Penza the $2,830.50.
A second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, bill will be paid. Item J, applications to receive. We have two applications, Cynthia Kelsey, normal, December 1st, 2017 from school, and Nancy
Waslego.
Wolves-
Waslego?
Wolfslagle,
So-
also normal, from January 27th, 2018, also school department. Can I have a motion to accept the applications for those two parties?
I
Just
make
want
a-
to make a note on the agenda. The date there of 1/1/2018 should actually be 12/1/117 on the application.
Oh, for Nancy's?
Cynthia, I'm sorry, Cynthia.
Oh, yeah.
Cynthia already have, I think we're,
Yeah,
yeah, mine's already at 12/1.
Right, ours
But
is
on the
12.
application it is, but on the agenda it says 1/1/2018.
Okay, it's 12/1.
Oh, you didn't get the new one, they got the new one.
I didn't get this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
I know,
but
I
thank
know
you.
where that
Changed
is.
it. I talked to her, yeah,
Okay,
it was posted, right?
Duly noted.
okay.
So I make a motion to accept the applications of Cynthia Kelsey and Nancy Waslego.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item K, applications to approve. For the Quadro, James Bobola and Michelle Bobola.
Okay. Regarding Mr. Bobolo and Michelle Bobolo, I make a motion to approve the figures, but not the DRO, due that it conflicts with the plan and regarding the survivorship.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item L, Carrington Quadro.
That I don't have.
I can do that one.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
That is there had been a question as to, the
That's right.
payments that an ex-spouse received, and there was a consent judgment that was entered into by the, respective parties that had agreed to a, certain amount coming off of, the ex-spouse's pension payments, the alternate payees payments, and that consent judgment was signed effective April 2017, but the figures needed to be changed. So they were changed as of October 2017, and the question for the board is to vote if it's all right to take out what should have been taken out from the ex-spouse alternate payees payments from May 2017 through October 2017 in one lump sum out of the November payment, and she has agreed that that's okay to do, so
Okay,
long as
and
the
is-
board is okay with it.
So I make a motion to award it.
Make a motion to approve the Carrington Quadro
Yeah.
edition for the correction from May 1st to October 1st.
There you go. Second.
Okay, motion is made and seconded, all in favor?
Good.
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, that motion carries. Item M, the redraft. As that stands right now, we're presently working on the municipal redraft, correct?
Correct. The police and fire is completed, and the municipal will be completed shortly, within, I'd say, the next probably 2 weeks. And we would need to schedule a redraft session with the pension board to go over the final municipal redraft, and then both will be able to be presented to the town council and then presented to everyone for their review, once the pension board has gone through that. So, that's a date that can get set by the pension board just to review the final municipal version, but you guys we can do that,
The next,
over email. I'll send you an email.
set up a date.
Yeah,
Okay.
set up an email to pick a date. I would say
In a couple weeks.
a couple weeks, and I would say probably 2 hours. 2 to 3, is my guess.
Okay. That takes care of item M. Item N, applications. Case basically, the board has received a packet of applications and a few minor changes that we're going to be making. So we'll just need to have those presented to us for final approval.
Yeah, so if you want, you can table that till next month to approve them, to approve the regular pension application and the beneficiary designation application. Are those the two?
Sure. To table,
Okay.
once I make a motion.
Make a motion to
Yeah,
table.
hold on. I make a motion to table to the next meeting regarding the applications.
A second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item O, recertification for disability pensioners procedure. Basically, we review the document and we'll present it to the town council to
As
pass an
well.
ordinance. Correct?
Yep. So you make a
So we
motion.
need to make a motion for that too, or just?
Yeah, so we had talked about this last month,
Mhm.
that created a procedure for the recertification process so that there was something in writing for how the process was conducted and what would happen if the person was determined to be, to remain disabled, or if they were determined to be able to return back to their position. And so you have a draft process, which you can present to the pension board,
Town council.
present to the town council as a draft ordinance if the town council wanted to pass that, to put that into effect. It would go in as an amendment to the current pension plan.
Okay, so I need a motion.
So I make a motion that we send the format as an ordinance to the town council, and also to amend it.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item P, annual update letter. Before we get on to what Tracy wanted to discuss, I'd like to set up two separate motions. I'd like to have somebody make a motion to have Tracy contact NIHOT to order the annual benefit statements for December. It's the first motion I'd like someone to.
Oh, I think you skipped P.
You skipped the letter.
Yeah, the annual update letter.
Oh,
And your update.
sorry.
That's
That's
okay.
okay.
Annual update letter. Okay, well, we talked about making some changes for the next round for next year,
2018.
18.
Yeah, I make a motion to amend the form to state that those who have not reached their retirement date regarding section disability section.
A second.
To those who have.
What? Yeah, that have not reached their retirement age or
No,
have
have.
reached.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they have not.
No, he's moving to amend it to only include those who have not.
Yeah, they have not
Yes.
reached.
Okay, I got you. All
Only
right.
ones that have not reached their retirement date regarding the disability section.
That's fine, okay.
Okay?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, so that
All
was
right,
P.
now I've been
Now
back
on
to-
to Q.
All right.
So, anyway, I'd like to have a motion to have Tracy contact NIHOT to order the annual benefit statements for December.
Have a turn.
Make a motion for Tracy to call NIHOT to get the December annual benefit statements.
I second it.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Second item I'd like to discuss is I'd like to establish a policy whereby annual benefit statements are received by year end. And the question would be, should we be doing it every year, every 2 years, every 3 years? Because there will be a cost associated with it, but there has to be, we have to start getting these statements.
Well, then we already come up with a cost.
We did, the question is, do we want to incur it every year, or do we?
Should we
think the
table
rules-
that and look at, well,
We used to get it every year, but
Yeah, usually most companies get them every year.
what was the new cost? Yeah, the new cost.
The new cost dropped. I don't know if I still have that. I mean, the new cost dropped significantly when we. $10 per participant with NIHOT.
Was it
And how many
what was the
participants
Senate
are
fee?
there?
I think that's all gone.
Is it gone?
Per my notes. I
Tracy,
mean, originally, when they sent the, request,
It was like 50.
yeah, it was
how many
hundreds.
participants do we have?
Oh, I don't know.
Actives?
To the actives.
Yeah, these are just active.
Yeah, just active, that's all.
I don't know off the top of my head, Eddie.
Well, I make a motion that we have an annual benefit statement sent yearly
By the end of the year.
by the end of the year. Yeah, but most companies have it by the end of the year.
Right, here's Eddie.
My goodness.
I think we should table it till next month. Just to look into the cost, just to make sure. No?
Well,
Well, I don't know. No,
every
have
time I
vote.
talk to people, they say, where's my annual statement?
Right, well, they're definitely getting one out for December.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting
Oh,
that,
you're
now it's
just
just we
talking
wanna
about
set a
the second
procedure.
one.
And then,
So-
yeah, so we can
going
put that on
forward.
next month's agenda, to follow up and put a procedure into place.
I don't know if we. Hold on, let me just.
Okay.
If I really have this documented, it's only $10,
I don't think it was only 10. This is what I have, do you know this?
right here.
Yeah, it's right there, $10 per participant.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
$10.
customization,
Oh,
if we
okay.
don't, if
That
we
was
don't do,
the
if we
hourly.
don't do customization, it's just gonna be $10.
That's it.
all right. Sure. Okay.
That's it, $10.
Well, why don't we,
Okay, all right.
why don't we make a motion then to say,
To-
assuming it's
look-
$10, it's gonna
Yes,
come out
I-
every year.
Okay, so, you gonna say it? Make the motion.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to have
Annual benefit
the
statement.
annual benefit statement price, as long as it's $10 per participant, if we can
Okay.
have that received.
To have policy in place where every
Policy
year
in
that they,
place, and follow up on next month's agenda, just so it doesn't get dropped.
No, because we're voting on it now. We're gonna vote on it now.
yeah, the $10 thing won't come into place till next year.
It's the next year, okay?
All right.
I second it.
Okay, motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item R, profit search audit. Let's have a motion to
I
table
make
that.
a motion to table this to the next agenda.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, any discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item S, selection of actuary. I'd like to, since this has already been discussed by everybody, I'd like to have a motion to continue the actuarial services with Nyhart as they presented us with the best price and service during our review.
Okay, I
You
make,
wanna read it?
nope. What's that?
If you want to read what I just, you can read my chicken scratch.
I make a motion to continue actual services with Nyhart as they presented us with the best price and service during our review.
A second.
Motion's made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item T, opt-out police and fire disability.
Is this the one we're talking about?
Still.
Yeah, that's something that Tracy and I have been working on. Tracy went through and pulled some historical information about how different groups' benefits have been calculated as the CBAs and the consent judgments all were entered, specifically looking into the disability consent judgment and anyone who opted out of signing the disability consent judgment. Tracy has gone through her records in the pension office to the extent that she can get the information. So the question is at this point if the board is comfortable with Tracy and I meeting with the town manager and the town finance director to go over the information that they have as well, so that we can get a picture of exactly everything, how each benefit is being allotted to each different participant.
All right, so the question is, do we just set a time constraint on her?
So the time constraint on Tracy?
No.
Yes, you don't want
And
Tracy
Krista.
doing any
I
work.
want Krista to do it. All right, so what do you figure? What do you want,
10
a
hours?
year end?
Do you think it's more than 10 hours feasible, or?
I don't think it would.
Or 2 hours?
I think it will probably be more than that.
5?
I think 5 is probably
Okay.
5 or less. I think is
I make a motion that Krista, Olin and Penza will spend no more than 5 hours regarding this information to the pension board.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion carries. Any discussion before we do public comment?
I
Oh,
don't have
you
it.
just, well,
What are we
you
missing?
can do Kevin Robichaud. You can,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
But you can add it at the end, doesn't
Oh,
matter.
we can do Kevin now.
Yeah, all right. Do Kevin now, right?
So that's just a question that's come from the actuary on, calculation of the, I'm gonna mix it up, fire consent judgment and CBA for a disability pension and how that gets calculated. Nyhart has had a couple of questions, and David has looked at the documents, and I've looked at the documents and gone through it so that I can answer the questions for Nyhart so they can put together preliminary figures for him. My suggestion would be that I will provide Nyhart with answers to the 3 questions that they've asked and have them get preliminary figures to the board for next meeting so that the board can then review the information that Nyhart based the figures on and review the figures themselves. And if the board agrees with it, then you can approve the figures. If you don't agree with it, then we can have Nyhart just amend their calculation for whichever part you don't agree with. But at least that way you'll have some figures to work off of. We don't have any figures right now for him.
Okay, so I make a motion that NIAT will do a preliminary calculations according to how they figure to calculate it, and we will vote on it if we see it, if we approve it, or if we need to make some amendments to it.
Yes, except for the way they see it part.
Right. The way they
Then
see
we'll
it.
have Nyhart
We're
calculate
gonna
it
submit the way we.
They're gonna
based on the way that I will work with Nyhart.
Right, they're gonna
to
calculate
correct.
it based on how
Yes.
they feel about calculating, but then once it comes back to the board, we're gonna either agree with it or have them go back and do it based upon what we think.
No, we're gonna suggest to them now how to do
Oh,
it.
now you're gonna,
Correct.
oh, okay, oh, I don't,
I
I
will
misunderstood, okay.
work with
Sorry.
Nyhart to get the figures,
Okay.
to get the calculations.
You're
And
gonna
then
do
you
it
still,
first.
then you still
Correct.
have to review it at
And
that
you
point.
have to review it and approve
Okay.
that.
Very good,
Because
so,
those were the 3 items.
okay, so whatever she says, you second it?
I second.
Okay,
yes.
all in favor?
We can't do that yet.
No?
We can do a full motion.
How's it gonna be?
I'm ready to go, I'm ready to poop my pants.
Donna, you've got this motion.
She's like, now I take this medicine, if I don't go in a certain
No.
time,
All right.
I'm gonna go. So come on.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion for Nyhart to run the numbers for the 3 questions that were
That
presented,
Krista will provide, yeah.
that Krista will go over with Nyhart to make sure
Yes.
they're answering some of the questions that were sent to us.
Okay, second.
I second it.
Motion been made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, now, anything in discussion before public comment?
I don't have any discussion, you got any discussion?
No discussion. Public comment.
I expect it. Hurry up, I'm ready to poop.
No Norman Laundrie, 88 Silverwood Lane. Can I just go back to, because Ms. Babola left me the information to give to Tracy, your clerk, just on the vote in respects to the survivorship, so I can explain it to her as far as denying the survivorship.
Yeah, there'll be a letter that's gonna be sent to her
All
as
right,
well.
so has that been explained to her yet, or?
Yeah, well, the board just voted on that, and I'll send a letter that says that, so she has that to understand. Yes, it's not just gonna be that, so, I'm sorry, I have lost my ability to speak tonight, I
It's okay.
apologize.
No.
Yes, she will receive a letter.
Okay, explaining that.
And explaining what has happened, that the board has approved the figures, however, there are provisions of the DRO that do not comply with the plan. The board cannot approve the DRO to the extent that it conflicts with the plan.
Okay, thank you. Just very briefly on just the Robichaud issue that was added to the agenda tonight. Now, isn't it the actuary's job to be provided with the MOUs and the pension plan and the contract to run the numbers? I thought our numbers were triggered through the actuary. So doesn't the actuary already have this MOU of the active
Yes.
firefighters?
But they presented us with questions.
They have legal questions that they asked, that they are looking for a legal interpretation on,
Before they even run numbers?
correct?
Correct.
And seeing he's not receiving any money yet, we want to make a motion to start this thing going.
Okay. And then just my final thoughts, based on, I guess, why I appear every month, is just on the plan redraft. And I took the time today, and it kind of made me a little more frustrated, to go over the agendas, and starting back on September 16th, 2014, when Attorney Fort was here from Olin and Penzer. He worked on the redraft, section 1 was completed, and then I watched the progression of January of 15, the redraft plans and needs the process, how to move it forward. At that time, he recommended that the past history was the town council, usually for adoption, but the union officials, the actuary, should review prior to an adoption. Terms would be retro to July 2014, and this should be done sooner than later. Then we'll meet with the unions in February of 2015 and go forward in March of 2015. Attorney Fort, not Krista, gave the police and fire, which is the one I certainly want to see sooner than later. This is March of 2015, gave the board a full draft of police and fire plan. And then May of 2015, Attorney Fort, not Krista, explained all plan redrafts are done and they're waiting for the board to make comments. Then we can move forward in the process. Would like this to be done by the end of June 2015. Then the board can make their recommendations to the council. So, I mean, without going into 2016 and 17 agendas, I just don't know where that process is at this point. I'm not sure why it's stalled when apparently it seems that these drafts have already been done. This was before your time, but certainly since your time, it seems like there should be redrafts already in place. I think the frustration level comes from members, both retired and active, that want to stop putting their hands around this. We don't know why it's just sitting here or sitting with town council. If it had something to do with town council waiting. I mean, you guys already are moving to amend by ordinance something to do with disability pensioners, and we're looking to amend the pension plan by ordinance, but that thing's taking a second seat to that thing. So, little frustration here tonight when I looked over these draft minutes. So, if you could tell me when my group can take a look at that redraft, 2 weeks, municipal's done. I want police and fire. Seems like it's done. So I don't know why police and fire aren't chiming in now, both actives and retirees, but I'd kind of like an answer why we're not seeing this document.
Police and fire is done.
Oh, it's been done since 2015.
Oh, we didn't vote on it at that point, at least.
Well, it made them,
But it's been,
with no disrespect, it made the minutes. It made the minutes and it was completed. and they laid out how the board was going to go forward.
Right, which clearly did not happen. I'm just saying
Clearly.
that I know that it is completed, we voted for it, it's in the town council's hands, so the town council has the police and fire redraft.
Okay, so the path that Attorney Fort spoke about in the first was to have the input from the unions, of course, which could be a contractual issue based on MOUs or in our case, of contracts that we may have retired under. So I thought our input would come before the council would vote on the ordinance change or the whole restatement of the plan. I just want to know if that's what's going to happen, if somebody can answer this.
Obviously, it did not happen before it went to the town council, but it's supposed to happen at the town council.
I just want to know, when am I going to look and be able to tell you, hey, guys, this is what I don't disagree with. This is what I don't agree with.
Right.
There's an issue with the unions. There's an issue with the retirees.
Right,
When
but
is
wait-
our input?
We're waiting for town council
So why
to
can't,
This is-
post this and get the process going.
so why
But
can't they?
you're the one who's going to post the restatement of the plan, correct?
No, because
No,
it's,
no.
no, because if we
No.
move.
You're
to
going to
town
recommend the
council-
restatement of the plan.
We have.
You have, without our input?
No, we
No.
provided it to the town council
Now it's up to
for
them.
their input, so
And then
that
your
it can
input.
then be distributed and then moved by
Be
ordinance
your
by them.
input.
Okay, so can we get a timetable when they're going to be done with police and fire?
Why, isn't there a way?
We've been asking them for a while, and we're not getting any
But
response.
isn't there any way you could talk to the town council, tell them to put it on the agenda?
It's your redraft, guys. I think
Well,
you have
we've already-
much more clout
we've already
getting the
given it to them.
redraft back to us.
We've already given it to the town council, I don't know why they're sitting on it, but
Maybe
they're
you
sitting
can
on it.
ask for it.
So maybe we can make
We
a.
have-
They're not going to give it to us.
Well, when we meet,
We can ask.
we can ask, and we can get a timetable
There we go.
about that.
And then we'll email, we can give you an answer.
Because the 5-year plan's almost over, guys. We certainly want to look at it before this 5-year plan ends, because if we don't have input now, then we're going into areas that are really going to not be
Well, I'm sure-
beneficial for us going
I'm
forward.
sure you'll get it in time. Well,
The town council approves it, and you've been waiting, and they say, okay, we approve this,
Now it's
take
gonna
it
go,
into effect.
now it's gonna go into the,
Suppose they order you to put it into effect. We don't want them guys to look at it.
no, they
Suppose
have,
the town council goes, say, look, hey, we agree with the redraft, put it into effect.
no, I don't think
Can
they.
they order you to do that?
Can they order us?
No.
Yeah, town council, your bosses, can they say, we agree with this redraft, put it into effect? We don't want their input.
Can they-
If they do it by,
They pass it by ordinance, that's the way the
So
plans
town
have been
council could
passed.
pass it by ordinance just by them looking at it and forgo us. They could do that.
but don't they have to have,
They
they have
have
to have
to put
open
it up,
session, so
right.
you
Yeah,
guys
that's
have the
what-
opportunity to discuss things then.
Well, correct, but we were told our process is that we would get that open session with the pension board. You would be providing us with this so we could present to you.
Originally, that was, yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah, 'cause we gave it-
counterproductive if you
That
say-
was back in April of 2015.
Oh, 15?
No, there was a lot more
I wasn't
time,
there.
there was a lot more. Attorney Fort might have had a lot of items in there, but then when Krista came, we went through it, we had to go through it. It was this,
And I appreciate your due
Down
diligence.
to-
We would just like an opportunity to look through it
absolutely,
as
and
well.
I thought
To them and not to us.
we agreed,
We can, well, that's what, I
The
mean, we
thing-
can ask, that the idea was the town council has it, and they were the
Supposed to-
idea was to get input
From
from
the,
them,
from them.
which we haven't gotten.
Right.
So that would be, my suggestion would be to check, I know Tracy has sent emails, but to check and see, and then get a plan from the town manager, the town council, and you
But-
guys all together,
Well,
and
why don't we
And-
send the
But
town,
what
why don't
I'm
we,
asking is,
set a timeline.
And just,
can we be authorized to give them copies? But if they have any disputes, at this point, they go to the town council and not us.
and,
But
but,
at least they have copies.
and just so I may say this plan redraft is coming from the pension board, guys. This is your redraft. So
Right.
we're looking to address our issues or look at it, because you're the guys ordering this plan redraft. It's not the town council ordering it. They may be put it into effect. You guys wanted to do this. When we think it's warranted, but it's been 3 years now. So I think you have the ability, if it's your plan redraft, to address
Can we get it?
the members of the active unions and the retired unions to be able to look at, certainly we know that police and fire is
All right, so-
completed
all right,
tonight.
Let's make a,
We'll
somebody
make,
make a
I'll make a
motion to
motion.
release
Okay, I'll
the
make a
documents.
motion. I'm gonna make a motion to release the documents regarding the redraft
police
to
and
the
fire.
police and fire.
I appreciate that.
For police and fire.
For police and fire.
And I know myself and Kevin has fire for retired personnel,
Right.
and Bill Leahy, of course, from the active union.
Okay.
Certainly.
Second,
I second.
To-
Could you also
to-
include
yeah.
in 2 weeks the municipal?
That has to get approved by the board
yeah, we haven't approved
first. They
that.
haven't approved it yet. That's
Well,
what they
what
need
we're
to be in.
saying,
But
when
yes,
it's
once it's
approved,
approved,
we'll get a copy.
It'll be the same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
We can
Be
do
the
that.
same.
Maybe we should put both
No, let's do one thing at a
plans
time.
approved.
Let's do one thing at a time.
And that's why we did the
Yeah.
police and fire, because it,
No, or you can
I could
amend,
do
you can
it.
amend the amend the
All right.
motion to say, once both plans are approved, we will release it to the respective
Okay, hold on.
unions.
by the
and-
pension board. Is that what your thought is? What
No,
they're
it-
planning
You
on
can't
by-
just do
Yeah.
unions, you gotta do retiree groups too.
Unions
Just
and
for
retiree
unions.
groups.
Okay, hold on a minute, yeah.
All right, write this
Take
down.
this down. A motion to approve? To approve. I make a motion,
Make a motion to, once,
all right, here's what
once
I'm
the
gonna do.
redraft has been approved by the
Okay.
pension board, to release to retirees and unions.
Annual, okay. Okay, I make a motion that once the redraft has been approved by the board, is to be released to the fire, police, municipality, and the union, and the retirees.
Okay, you can second that.
I can second that, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Thank you very
Since
much.
ours is, since the police and fire is done, you guys will get yours.
You'll get
That'd
yours
be great.
first.
And Tracy
then you'll
can
get
just
yours in
share
a
it
couple
with me
weeks.
and I'll spread it to the group.
Okay, very good.
Same here, Tracy.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh, wait.
just to be clear, the easiest thing would be to email the redraft. There are schedules that aren't in the same document, just so you know.
Okay.
Because it's the schedules that go with the old plans, that are a separate document. So it's not,
Right.
right. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that.
But the
I mean,
schedules are there.
They're not in the same PDF. It's
Okay.
the redraft is one PDF and then the schedules are separate. So those,
I'll send it to you.
those, yeah, well,
I'll
that's
make sure I have the
PDFs,
right
those, the ones that have gone to town council is the redraft by itself.
That's all I think I have.
That's
I
all
don't
you,
think I
you have
the
that PDF.
schedules.
Correct, you don't have the schedules.
I don't.
They're in a separate PDF, but I just don't, just when you open the PDF and say, where are the schedules? That's
Sure.
why.
And-
They're separate.
And I appreciate that, because
I'll send it to
certainly,
you. Yeah, I have.
certainly if there's anything that
You
comes
do
to
it
light,
tomorrow, I'll send it to you.
It's just,
Send it to me.
we would be presenting it back to the pension board.
Right.
I mean, that's our position on
Right.
this, for your consideration.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Can I just do one thing?
Oh, shit, it's coming.
I just noticed that the John Hancock story isn't on here anymore. So I was just wondering, what's the update on that? Have you got any more information as to,
There is no more information, which is why I didn't put it on the agenda.
you're not getting somebody from John Hancock in here so we can question them?
No, it's not that I don't want, no, I didn't. I still don't have the right points of contact. I'm not hearing back from Mr. Williamson. And then honestly, for the past 30 days, I just haven't had the time to keep hounding him.
Okay.
But it is the board's position that this has to be looked into. It's
Right.
not being dropped.
No, it's not,
That's just
right.
why it's not on here.
Okay.
Because I haven't had any information.
So it's on hold until you get more information from Mr. Williamson or?
Yes, and that's something you definitely should continue to bring to us until we get this resolved.
I was thinking, do you think it would be feasible for me to go to like the insurance commissioner or the attorney general
I don't think it would
and,
hurt.
and see what their outtake, because from talking to people, they say it's very strange that a pension board would have this outstanding annuity out there and nobody would know about it, other than the members who,
part
parents
of
used
it.
to be part of it. And you were reaping a dividend from it and putting it in, I assume, the pension plan, but knowing, no knowledge of how much that annuity was actually worth until it was decreased to a zero amount. Because I assume you're not going to get any more dividends, right?
That's what we were told,
It was, you were told that the $66,000 was the last paper trail of that annuity.
Yes.
did we ever find a paper trail before this for this annuity? Were the dividends paid 2015, 14, 13, 78, 79, 89? Because if we got a dividend in 2017 and the annuity was out there for all those years from 69 up until 2017, there should be some paper trail with the pension board as to receiving dividends from, because I assume it would be on your agenda saying, we got a check from John Hancock on such and such a date.
A few since
But-
I've been here.
Yeah, but has it been every year?
No, but I don't know about prior to,
Yeah.
there's no folder or anything.
See what I'm saying? That why did the annuity all of a sudden stop? And I know it was told that some people died, and that's not true, because they said, well, the last members of that annuity passed away who were policemen and firemen. That's not true, because I spoke to them, and they're not dead. You know, so that theory that was thrown out there that, you know, we got the dividend check, all the people that were part of that annuity are now deceased. That's not true. There are still some living members out there who have never received a dividend check from John Hancock, who was part of that annuity.
When was the last?
So, you know what I'm saying? It just seems strange that in 1 year you would get a $66,000 check
When was the last time we received
I
a
agree,
check?
if you're willing to go,
I think last year,
to them, and with the board's cooperation, you would cooperate with them, and,
it was on the agenda.
yeah, because if I'm not getting resolutions through Mr. Williams,
exactly.
so we have to go some direction.
Yeah, because we don't want the statute of limitations, just in
No,
case
no.
John Hancock is liable for, somewhere down the road as to not,
Go on a business.
yeah, you know what I mean? But you have no problem with me doing that?
No.
I'd be more than
Not at
happy.
all, not at all.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
We should probably put that,
I know the council, Jerry Kelly, Burlingame Road. I know the council has the approved documents from you guys,
The redraft you're
the
speaking about?
redraft. Okay, and that's gonna be going to Kevin and Norman and whoever else.
Yeah.
Just a hypothetical question. If the council don't like any wording in there and they wanna make changes, is that gonna reflect what goes to these guys and the unions? And then you're gonna have to, yeah, it's gonna get kicked back to you for,
Does it get kicked back to us, or do they just make the changes on their own?
Either, I mean, it's.
If they make the change, it's gonna come back to us.
No, if they propose it as an ordinance,
As an
whatever
ordinance.
changes that they are gonna make, they would make on,
Basically.
before they pass the ordinance. So, is that the question? So if you say, here you go, town, can they then change it? Is it,
you
If they
guys
do
approve
change it.
Plan A.
yes,
It goes to them.
yes,
They don't like a certain word.
yes,
Do they have to kick it back to you for your approval?
they
She's
do
saying
not,
no, they
it is a
don't.
recommendation.
So all of the redraft and all of the money spent really don't matter. They could have just did it without spending $30,000
No.
or 40,000 or 50 or whatever.
That's what it was all about.
No?
How,
That's not what it was all about. The redraft was all about to condense everything and make it more simpler.
somebody would have to have
Right.
done all that legwork.
I just spit the. I don't trust the council. I don't care. It's that simple. All I'm saying is, if you guys agreed, and let's say Kevin gets it, and there's something in there that he doesn't agree with the MOU, and he objects, and he's got to bring it to you. He doesn't bring it to the council. You guys paid all this money for the redraft. I'm not trying to make it complicated. I just got a couple of questions.
At this point in time, could they address it to us, or does it have to go to the town council?
It's up to you guys. The town council hasn't submitted it as an ordinance yet, so you could add that step, or you could
And then kick
not
it
add
back
that
to
step.
them?
What if we give it to them while they're looking at it, and the town council still is waiting on it, and they bring up some questions, can they come back to us?
I
Can
think,
they? Yes.
yeah, I think we
You
should.
can come back
do.
to us,
Okay,
and then we can make the recommendation to the town council, no?
okay.
So there you
Just so
go.
everybody's on the same.
Yeah, so we'll all be on the same page,
All right.
okay? Is it fair enough? Thank you. Okay, any other discussion? I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
A second?
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I get them under the bathroom.
Thank you, good night.
801.
801.
oh
I guess I have to go poop.